Hello everybody who is grieving but living. We skip a few weeks because my daughter was sick with the strep throat and she couldn't upload new videos, but now we're back. And the last video was about hello from heaven, hello from my son who is in heaven since 2016, and he sends me signs, not every day, I would love to say every day, but very often. And last video I was talking about few signs that I've got from my son, and today I would like to continue about signs and about messages that we could get from heaven, from our loved ones, not only through mediums, who I personally honored to know from the Gateway Spiritualist Center in Calgary. There are many wonderful, talented mediums who could help you if you'd like to. But not only mediums bring messages, ordinary people too. Everybody could be your messenger. Everybody could and anybody could bring message from your loved one, from your kids, from your spouses, siblings who are in heaven. And I would like to share an experience how it happens with me, and maybe it helps you to open your mind and see more opportunities to be in contact with your loved one. So it started for me when I read about one mother whose son passed away, and she was crying and crying and crying for months, and she didn't want to go to a medium because she somehow didn't trust mediums, because she thought that mediums are charlatans. And so she really wanted to get a message from her son. So one day on a actually bus stop, while she was waiting for a bus, a person who she doesn't know came to her, and he said, "Oh, by the way, I don't know why, I just want to give you a hug and say, hey mom, nose up." So this is crazy, right? And that was the special sentence that this mother shared with her son while he was alive. And of course she was immediately, she understood, and she was hysterical, and she was happy at the same time. And when I read this story, I thought, oh, how I would like to have a message from my son, but I really want a stranger to be a messenger. And I asked my son a few times, like, please, please, please send me a message through somebody I don't know. And my daughter came from theater, and this evening she was playing in a theater in a CYPT, and she said, you know what, someone just came to me and asked permission to talk to you, to my mom, and actually I gave this lady your number, so you'll get a phone call from someone you don't know, so please pick up. This is my habit, I don't answer the phone if I don't know who's calling. So I answered the phone call, and this lady, she told me, I'm very sorry, I know I sound like a crazy one, but sometimes I have something that I can't explain, and I know that you have a tragedy in your life and your son passed away. And this evening, while I was watching your daughter on the stage, I definitely heard a whisper. Say my mom, I love her. Say my mom, I love her. So I have to say this to you. And that was wow. So it wasn't evidential, right? But that was what I asked for. I didn't ask for any proof. I asked that a stranger would bring a message from my son. That's what I needed. And that's wonderful. That's perfect. That was right on time for me, and I needed it the most. So the other time was that I was down again, and I was at the office at my workplace, and I was just talking to my son like, how do I know that you're okay over there? Are you okay? How are you? How are you? And all of a sudden I've heard, Mom, I'm fine, thanks, Mom, stop worries, like please. And I just turned around and I saw that one of my co-workers just passed through and talking on the phone with her mom. And I was like, oh, yeah, I see. Thank you, Daniela. You just, yeah, you answered my question. And recently, I fell down the stairs, like from the second floor, like that, like rolling down the stairs to the main floor. And I didn't have any injuries, even bruises, just dislocated my finger, and actually I relocated it back, and that's it. And I was sure that during this time, during my just flight down the stairs, my son was with me. All of a sudden, a friend, my dear friend, who I haven't heard from for a while, and she sent me an email. And she told me that my son asked her to send me this sort of a prayer thing. But my son said that it's not a prayer for me. This is what he wanted me to know. This is what he saying me. And I'm not going to tell you the whole prayer, but the meaning was that when I was flying down, he was with me. So this is exactly what I needed to hear at that time. And my friend, she didn't know that I fallen down the stairs, so she couldn't just find it and send it to me, like pretend to be my son who wanted to talk to me. And that's how I know for sure we can have messages from our loved ones all the time. From, like, anybody could be a messenger. So we do not have to wait for a medium to give us news from our loved ones. But I love mediums. I love the Gateway Center. I love meditations and circles that we are having there now through Zoom, of course. I will tell you about it later, but I just want you to know that you could see hellos and hear messages all the time, anywhere. And you just have to be open to it, and you have to trust your kid, your spouse, your sibling, that they bring this message to you, even if it sounds like crazy that someone just passing through and talking on the phone. This is for you right now, if it makes sense. So this is for you. Believe that your loved one would bring the message that you needed to hear, using everybody and everything around you. And I know that it helps me a lot. And that's why, yes, I'm grieving, but living. And so do you. See you next week. Bye.